What's happening, YouTube? Back in the Day Gamer here. Thanks for tuning into my channel for another edition of Video Games Monthly Unboxing. Today we're back out here on the dirt bike track. My buddy just drug it and made it all smooth. So we're tearing it up in the golf cart. And it's getting a little later. There is no mosquitoes today, but I decided it was beer time. So I said, well, if we're gonna have a beer, might as well film an unboxing. So let's do it. There's something I was supposed to do today. What day is it? Oh my God. It's Nudie Magazine Day! Today we're going to be drinking one of my favorite series of beers. It's Odd Sides Fruitsicle. So they come out with several different flavors of the Fruitsicle every year. This is Mango Peach. I don't know. Actually, does it even say? I don't know. I don't know if it's like a... Who cares? Who cares what it's like? I like it, and it had to get shaken up on the way out here. No. All right. Cheers, YouTube. Right on. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's kind of like a hazy IPA, but there's not much bitterness to it, which I like. So we're doing this one a little different than usual, because as you can see, it's already unboxed. I figured we can't really talk so much about the games if I've never played them before, and usually I kind of wing it, or if sometimes I've played them. This time I was like, fuck it, we're just gonna open it up and play them, and that way we can talk more about it, and maybe the video could possibly be interesting then. This was a solid box, and spoiler, it's all handhelds. I'm thirsty. Every game in this box is a handheld, which is it's a first for me. I like that. I've been getting into handhelds over the past year quite a bit, and this box is full of handhelds. First one is a Game Boy, original Game Boy cartridge called Penguin Wars. So this game's like messy backyard. Remember that? Used to play in grade school. You'd get on the basketball court. Half the people would be on one side of the court, half the people on the other. And you'd try to get all the balls on one side. Like messy backyard. That's what this is like. Yes, it is. It's super simple, but fun. You know, it's kind of super simple graphics. It's original Game Boy. But right off the bat, I had fun. I like the music. You know, it's kind of like the perfect concept for an OG Game Boy game. Next up, we've got, this is a Game Boy Color game, and this game sucks. Catwoman, what the fuck? So yeah, Catwoman. Thanks, VGM. Graphics, controls, hit detection, they all suck. Cutscenes are good for a Game Boy game, oddly enough. I find it cool that you're actually bad. You know, Catwoman's not a superhero, at least not in the first level, and that's all I could stomach, because 10 minutes of this game made me realize that I never want to play it again. So moving on, we got a Game Boy Advance game, which is a console that has really surprised me. I never got into it back in the day. Back in the Day Gamer only plays games from back in the day, but these are still, you know, 20-year-old games and whatnot. They're usually in the bargain bin, so I just start grabbing them. I mean, I swear, I probably have 50 Game Boy Advance games now, and some of them are seriously awesome. One which I talked about in a video that either came out or is going to come out, but Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Nerdlayer did a video where he talked about that, and that game's fucking awesome. Awesome game that I paid $2.99 for. So what game is this in my hand? Haha! It is. It's Mrs. Pac-Man Maze Madness. So this one was on the wish list. I heard good things about it in one of the hundreds of fucking YouTube videos I watch. It's more than a Pac-Man game, it's a puzzle platformer. The 3D graphics disappoint me because I have had a lot of really good graphical games on the Game Boy Advance. This doesn't happen to be one of them, but this is still a fun game. You know, super cheap, just most of these Game Boy Advance games are. I'm sure this one's laying around in a bargain bin at one of your local spots. If you see it, it's definitely worth a couple of bucks. It's not that great, but like I said, it's fun. Reaching around, we got the trinkets and stickers and the card to remind you to... I'm not going to update my library. You're never going to get me to do that. Last game's another original Game Boy title. This has the worst fucking cover art ever, but it's Track Me. So for a game with the stupidest cover art, this game isn't bad. First off, as opposed to the cover art, it's got good graphics. It's a real easy pick up and play game that I found myself immediately having fun with. Right off the bat, I did well the first try. It's got lots of different events to play, and they weren't that hard to pick up right off the bat. You know, usually these kind of games, it's tricky to figure out what buttons you use, you know, and you gotta play it for a while before you finally figure it out, but not this one. It flowed. Now, I'm not saying this is the best game ever, but taking for granted that's an original Game Boy title, it's worth a playthrough. So yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this edition of Video Games Monthly Unboxing. That's a killer sticker right there. It's the lenticular, whatever. I like that. Good job. Good job. Floyd. That's your name. Floyd. So, you know, another satisfied customer. Big fan of Video Games Monthly. When Captain Algebra first was nagging me about subscribing, I said, why the hell would I want somebody else to pick out the games for me? I've said it before and I'll say it again. When this box comes, it's like Christmas for an adult. And it can be any month. It doesn't have to be December. Have I sold you? If you haven't subscribed yet, you should. But if you're not going to subscribe to Video Games Monthly, please subscribe to my channel. And like and comment. And until next time, YouTube, keep it retro.